And guys, it is, and today we're going to be going over some stuff in Monster Hunter. I'm going to be showing you guys how to get that God Roll Artisan weapon that you've been trying to get forever now, and it's not RNG. So let's go ahead and dive into that right now in this video. Let me give you guys some pointers and some tips for all of this stuff. So for starters, start off on the character that you're playing and make sure you go to online single player. I don't know what it is, but through my testing, I feel like sometimes the numbers would be off if I went into different lobbies. It may have just been I was not paying attention to my numbers, but I would just to be safe, go to online single player mode. Now, once you actually log into the game, we're going to be doing some stuff. You're going to need a notepad, or if you're on a computer, use the notepad that comes with the computer. And as you can see right here, I have it says bow, and then right here I have number 1, 2, 3, 4, and I show the actual 2 attack, 2 affinity, and 1 elemental type, and then bow 2. And so the thing is with this is if you're trying to figure out what rules that you want, I would do like a bunch at a time to figure it out, but you're going to have a lot of materials, and I'll show you what I mean by that. So if we come over here and we actually go to the Artisan's Weapons Forge, when we know what our numbers are, we can just go ahead and craft these non-elemental. So let's say you have a bunch of like poison that you don't ever care about, then you can just burn the poisons. It won't matter, because that once you roll this weapon, if it was an elemental type, it would have been this number here. But because it's not going to be an actual elemental type, even though it is going to be poison, it will roll a different set. So in other words, this will roll with no elemental type on it, so you'll just get either attack or affinity on it, and it'll be different. So if you're going for like a non-elemental type bow, then make sure you're running non-elemental types. And the one way you could do that is to run all like poison, paralysis, or you could just run, let's say, like, ice, dragon, and thunder, which then would also give you a non-elemental type. But if you are going for an elemental bow, let's say for example fire, ice, dragon, blast, some of those, then you are going to want to make sure you run at least 2 to get an elemental on it. And then obviously I would go for 3 if you do get that God roll you're chasing. Me personally, I want 5 attacks across the board here, and that's what I'm shooting for, and that's what I've been trying for the last couple of days, and I haven't been able to get it, but I've only done this maybe like a handful of times, maybe like 15 times. I do know eventually once I do get to that roll, I can just get out of it and we're good to go. So I'll go ahead and just show you real fast. We have this that's going to roll fire. I'm then gonna go ahead and roll some dragons, and then I'm gonna go ahead and then roll a non-elemental type, like let's go with poison, to show you that it will be different. We'll just go with that. So it rolls a non-elemental type, and then I'm gonna go ahead and then roll another elemental type. So that way you guys can see how this works. So we have these right here on our side. So now we will go over here to reinforce. I need to dismantle my main weapon that I use, which is this one. So then we have our fire one, which was the first one we crafted, then the dragon, and then the non-element, and then the dragon again, and they put them in order. So what we're going to go ahead and do is upgrade this one, and we'll just go ahead and upgrade this weapon, and then I will then change this so you guys can see. And we have 2 affinity, 2 attack, and 1 element. And then so now what I'm going to do is dismantle this weapon, and then I will upgrade this dragon so you guys can see. And then I'll go over here, and so then the numbers that we should have on weapon 2 is 2 attack, 2 affinity, and 1 element, which we do. And then we can come over here to dismantle this. Let's see what we can come up with. And then we can go to this one here, which This one, when I was checking, I was just checking for elements. So we will not have an element anymore, but it will still work. So I'll go ahead and show you what I mean. Like if you find the bow that you want down the list, and you can just craft these bows out of burner bows, which could be like non-elements. So you could just use whatever you have the most parts of. So that way you don't waste as many materials. And then that way you can still get that that stat that you're looking for. So let's say like you wanted to burn, like you wanted to make 1, 2, 3 burner bows, but then you wanted this one right here with this element. Like this had like a god roll of nothing but like 5 elements or 5 attack here. And so you wanted that, then you could roll it as an element type and get that same roll again. But I'll show you what this one actually does. So this one is going to roll. Completely different. I don't know what this is going to roll because I haven't looked. And it looks like this weapon rolled 3 affinities and 2 attack, which is 3 attack, 1 affinity, 1 element. So not even close to what we had. But this weapon right here, even though we didn't craft an elemental here, we crafted an elemental bow after that, which is what I tested this on earlier. This is going to be a 2 attack, 1 affinity, and 2 elements. And we'll go ahead and show you that one right now. That way you can use the burner bows. So then now, once we do that, you're going to see that we have 2 attack, 2 element, and 1 affinity. And so now that we know that we have this, what we can do is we can go, okay, so these 4 bows that I have, I don't care about those stats at all. I don't want those. I'm going for the absolute best. So now what you'll do is you'll just go like this. You can come over here to the escape menu, return to title screen, return without saving, and hit yes. Now we never did anything, but these are going to be the rules for those first 4 weapons. So now what I'm going to do, because I want to progress to keep trying to get that god roll, is I am now going to restart the game. I'm going to go to online single player. Recommended lobby probably doesn't do anything, but I don't know. I just find it, I don't know, just easier for me just to go out normal solo offline play, whatever you want to call it. So then now we'll go back over here. I'll talk to this lady, and now that I know that the first 4 bows that I have don't do anything, but since I don't need to waste, trying to match elemental types, I can burn these weapons that I don't care about. So for example, like poison, we can go ahead and get rid of those. So that way I'm not using like any 2s for the elemental ones. And then I can come over here and let's say I don't care about this one. I also have another poison I can get rid of. And then I have one here I can get rid of. And then we get rid of that one. And then I can go to the sleep I don't want. And then we'll go ahead and because the last ones I have is like ice, and they are elemental types, but I don't have enough to make like those. Actually, I would have enough to make ice. Do I have a blast in here? I do have a blast. So technically I can make those. It doesn't even matter. I don't have any of those, so I can forge that. So I just forged 3 weapons. We have fire. I don't care about the affinity dragon, so I can get rid of that one. And then I'll go ahead and get rid of... Do I have another tube in here? Yeah, we'll go ahead and get rid of that one. And then we can go ahead and throw in water in here. And so now I should have just crafted 4 weapons. And if I come over here to dismantle, you can see that I have my one that I currently have. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4 weapons. So I can actually dismantle these 4. And once I dismantle those 4, Now what I can do is I can come over here and I can hit save.
Well, what can I do for you?
And that means these right here on this sheet are no longer relevant. So I can now delete these. And then we can restart this process over again if we have enough materials, and we can jot down those numbers, hoping that we get the rules that we want eventually. And you just repeat that process multiple times. Now, I will say the bow that I currently have is pretty good. It's not like perfect or anything, but it does pretty well. The bow that I have, where is it? Is 2 attack, 1 affinity on the main stats, and then I have 2 attack and 3 affinity. And what I do is I have 210 damage along with 25% affinity, and then 230 element, as you can see right there. It works good. It's not the god roll that I'm shooting for, but it's what I have. But anyways, guys, I will be bringing you guys some more Monster Hunter Wilds stuff. So far, this game is really good. I know some people don't like the game as much as the other Monster Hunters. This is my first Monster Hunter, and I am feeling like I'm gonna probably nerd this game. So hopefully, if you guys are into Monster Hunter, you guys will definitely consider subscribing, smashing that like button, and leaving me a comment down below. Let me know what you guys thought of the video. I appreciate you, fam. You guys have a good one. I'll see you guys around in the next one.